Alright, welcome everybody. So we got another KC tool unboxing. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first thing we got here is, looks like it's a advertising flyer for Wera tools. So this is I guess April 1st to June 30th. So I did see these limited edition eggs a couple months ago. I was thinking about getting one, but after I saw that they were made out of cardboard, I decided not to get it this time. Mostly because I think I have most of the tools that they were offering in those two sets anyway. And it looks like they're having like an L key blowout here. It's like we got the standard, and then we got the stainless metric, and then Torx with holding function, and then the Torx extra long. So that's a new one that I don't have yet. Looks like I got a bit set, and then looks like the 4-piece jokers are on sale. So I do have some jokers. I've been using them occasionally, so I do have some things to say about that, but I'm not quite ready to do that review just yet. But look for that in the future. This looks like it's new. So normally they give you a Felo number 2. That's a KC tool branded. This little 25 millimeter. It looks like they added this VHA. So this is a power bit. It's a 50 millimeter. I think that's actually just a heat treated tip there, because I can actually see some burnishing marks right on the tips here. It probably is not going to show up at this zoom level, but when you go to about 30 to 40x zoom, you can kind of see it. So that's like that'd be like a black oxide type coating on there. So it says style 23 of 24. So does that mean they have 24 of these different styles now that they throw in? So the first real item I ordered up is a set of Felo impact bits. So I wanted to try out these Felo ones to see how they do. So I don't think I have any Felo impact bits yet, so this is a new one. So it looks like these are all 25 millimeter bits, so I guess you'd have to use the adapter here if you want to use it in an impact driver. So one size they always seem to forget is the T27. It's not a size you typically see in Europe, so I can understand why they haven't been including it. And actually, you really only see it in machine screws. I don't know if I've ever seen a wood screw with a T27 drive on it. Because typically they jump from T25 to T30. But there are machine Torx screws that use T27. So we'll check this out. That's kind of it's an interesting design there with the holder here. So it looks like when that's pushed down, the holder's pretty much locked in there. That pretty much eliminates the problem I was having with this one, with that being in there too tight. So it looks like you just pull that up, drop that out, pull your bits out. I don't know if Felo's really known for their impact products, but we'll see how they do. So the next thing I got was a couple more Knipex Cobras. So I already have this guy, I guess it's called the 5-inch, the 125 millimeter. And this thing really comes in handy. I keep one in my lunchbox, so if I ever need it for anything, I know where it is. But I want to get another one to keep in a different toolbox, because they're really not that expensive. So one thing to note, if you guys ever wonder why some of these come in these retail packaging, if they add the SB to the end of the part number, that's the code for the retail packaging version. So I must have mistakenly ordered the retail packaging one. Didn't really intend to, but if it doesn't have the SB on it, it'll be in more of a bulk format. So it'll be either in a box, or it'll be like this. So this one right here is one that I don't have. This is the 150 millimeter. And I'm guessing most people probably don't buy this one because it's so close to that 125 millimeter, and really you don't get that much of a difference in capacity between the two. And it actually looks like when they're closed, they're exactly the same. So maybe when they're open, they get a little bit more capacity to them. Yeah, just a tiny bit more. But I'm gonna do a little comparison on these two, because I do notice that the larger one has much larger teeth steps in it. So interesting design choice they made when they made this 150 millimeter one. Given it's really doesn't add a lot of capacity, I'm guessing that they don't really sell too many of these. So hopefully look for that in the future. Just basically a comparison of the two smallest sizes, because some people may want to know which one would be more appropriate for them. The next thing I picked up one of these Stahlwille hooks. So they sell a hook set, but it's kind of pricey, so I wanted to buy one hook and see how I liked it before I bought the set, if I end up doing that. But strangely, not many of the German tool companies make these kind of hooks. I don't know if there's an alternative out there that I don't know about, but really for taking out O-rings and things like that, these things are pretty invaluable. I'll take a closer look at that, but I can see right away the handles on these are tiny. I was expecting them to be a little bit larger, but I think it's more of a miniature hook set than a full-size one, is what you'd be getting with the 4-piece one. So this is something new. If you order, I think it's $100 worth of stuff, I throw this sticker pack in for free. And these all look like very high quality vinyl back stickers. So I don't think I have that one. I don't know if I have that one. I think I have this Felo. I definitely don't have this Gedore one. So these might be all custom made for KC Tool. That one, so the oxen cough, I don't have that one either. That's a pretty nice one. Stabila. There's a pretty cool VHA one with the vintage lettering on it. It is kind of interesting how VHA really has two logos here. I think this one is really their old one. This one is more of a newer one. And then we got the KC Tool one, and nice Hot Zet one. So these really all feel like they're exactly the same material. So I don't know if they had this all done at the same house. So you have some real nice ones in there. So next thing up, I got this Gedore Torx gauge kit. So yeah, I don't really know how much I would use this, but it has both the internal and external Torx sizes here. So like here's your T27, and then it would be E5. So these are just made out of, looks like injection molded plastic. It's like T10 is the smallest one that they got here. I guess the smallest E-Torx is a E4, because there's nothing smaller than that in this set. Looks like you can even use these on the security Torx as well, because it's got the bore hole in there. There's a T60. I don't think I've ever run into a case where I needed a T60 before. But they're not very expensive, and it's not a bad thing to have, because you never know when you're going to need it. So really the main thing that you would need this for is, say you didn't have an E-Torx set, and you really only needed one socket or one bolt. This gives you an easy way to measure what you need, so you can go out and buy just that one socket. If you have a full set, then really you probably would never use this, because you'll just use the set as your gauge. unless you own a certain brand of car. Most people almost never run into Torx fasteners. So here's another kind of oddball item that I saw on the site that I might be able to use in the future. So if somebody were to show me this tool without the box, I probably would not be able to figure out what it was for. But they clearly show you what it's for here. It's for holding nuts in place, you know, when they're hard to reach. And that is a magnet, so I guess you can stick it to the side of your toolbox. So it's really to grip nut and washers adjustable from M3 to M8. So yeah, you can slide this back and forth to adjust the depth for holding the. So here's I guess this is probably like an M6 nut here. And so you would adjust it so that you can get the screw in there. Then you can kind of slide it in if you're working from underneath here. It sort of does what the Wera Joker does, but the one thing the Wera Joker doesn't have is a way to kind of hold it in place, kind of suspend it like this. Depending on your situation, this may be a better tool for the job. And it looks like they must have had this tool for a while, because it still has their old logo on it, and it definitely looks like a couple old pictures in there that screams early 90s there, those pictures. So that's something I'll keep around. So that's the 639 is the name of that tool. And when I get an opportunity to use it, maybe I'll do a little mini review on it. Here's the final thing in this set. This is a brand new product from Wera. It's their Torx stainless L-key set. So when I did the I guess the last unboxing episode, I showed you this guy, which I still haven't put outside. I'm still waiting to do that. The reason I waited is because when I was creating the video for this, I didn't even know that a stainless Torx L-key set was available. My theory was that the way that these tines are set up, I didn't think it would be possible to do it in stainless because the material would bend too easily. Because if you remember that Harbor Freight Torx driver that I have sitting outside, the main reason it's sitting outside because I bent the tines on it just by screwing in a screw. So their engineers must have figured out a way to do it. It looks like they threw in a sticker as well in there. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to take the T25 off of here. I'll take the T25 off of this set because remember, corrosion free, and they say weather safe. So we'll throw that out there with the stainless one. And interesting enough, the Wera one does not even really advertise this as being like weather safe. I guess Wera doesn't really put a lot of marketing. I guess you call it marketing wank on their products. I guess they let the product speak for itself. But I am surprised that they used the blue color here on the holder. I thought blue was for their holding function hex L keys. I mean, wow! Look at the finish on that. So right or wrong, they put the sleeves on there. I know some people don't like these, but it is what it is. So yeah, hopefully I can get out there soon and put those outside, and we'll put VHA's claim to the test. If VHA is right, then these ones should not corrode any more than these should. And I do have a a unfinished one as well that I'll throw out there as a kind of a control. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I'll catch you guys next time.